On this episode of Today We Meet, we're going to visit Tim Willi, owner of Vintage Records, the coolest record store in Fort Walton Beach. So let's get ready to see some vinyl. Come on. I'm here at one of the most fascinating places in Fort Walton Beach with Tim Willi at Vintage Records. This is Tim Willi, and we're going to find out a little bit about the place and some history. So let's just start with, how did you get into this?
About 12 years ago, I was managing a local flea market, and started out with a box of records, and it's just about the time vinyl was starting to make a resurgence, which I didn't really know it at the time, but they started selling, and that got to be a more enjoyable part of the job, was selling the records rather than just various antiques and stuff like that. So after a few years of that, I decided to leave the antique part behind and open up just a standalone record store and sell nothing but records. And I never knew it would grow to be this popular. And we were busy before COVID, and with COVID, vinyl has just exploded.
Oh, it has?
Yeah, it has. So there's been so many people working from home, and this is, I guess, they want vinyl in the background. So it's worked out very well. And I'm happy I've been successful with it.
What year was that this opened?
I opened this in 2015 at this store.
The paint looks really good in here.
Yeah, I've got a really good friend who is a painter and really helped me out on that. So
we met years ago at working on a church.
Yeah.
Your mom had left some money to the church.
Yeah,
and you were doing some remodeling and wanted no part of the painting.
No, I like doing, I did handyman part-time as I was running the antique business, and I liked all aspects of the handyman business except for the painting. So Mike and I made a really good team on that.
We did. We improved a lot of properties together.
Yeah, we did. And I don't miss it anymore. I'm glad to be doing this. As you get older, it's kind of nice to have something that's a little bit easier on you physically. Although records are kind of heavy, but it's still nothing like the handyman business was.
It's a lot of work.
Because we're only 40 years old. Look how old we look.
I know, it really wore us down. Yeah. What do you love about this business, and what are some things that you would rather not deal with?
My favorite thing is the hunt. I don't have a big opportunity anymore to go out and search for records, but I've been established long enough. I get people bringing records to me, and it's always fun to see what's going to be in the next batch of records. So that's what I'm most excited about. There's really no downside. I've worked with people since I was 17 years old, working in a parts department in high school, and I've been in retail ever since. So I'm used to working with customers. I like to satisfy them. It's fun being the owner of the business. I can run it how I want to take care of people. So there's really no downside to it. So I look forward to coming to work every day and seeing what's going to come in the door next.
Great. Speaking of people bringing records in, what's one of the rarest finds that you ever found that, like, the person didn't know they had it and you didn't realize it till maybe you started searching stuff online and realized, wow, I found a little gem in here?
It's fun because I never know what's going to come in. Yeah, it may be a rare one, but anymore things are so popular. Stuff that wasn't selling 2 years ago, and it used to come in, I'd say, well, that's no great thing. Now I'm excited just to have anything come in because everything's so popular right now. So, but that is the fun part about it. So, and then, the vintage stuff, they can sell anywhere from $5 up to $100, to depend on who the artist is.
For retail in the store.
On retail in the store. So it doesn't have to be an inexpensive hobby to get into. Like any hobby, you can spend as much as you want. You go down that rabbit hole, but it doesn't take a lot, to get you started as far as records go. There's more and more new artists out now that's pressing their stuff on vinyl, and most of those start at like $25 and up on that. It seems like a lot, but when you look at kids buying, and I was never a gamer, but I know that like Xbox games were selling for $50 and $60 and stuff like that. So I think $25 to $30 for a record the new generation doesn't think that's all that expensive compared to, you know, gas prices and, you know, how things were back in our day. Everything's relative, so
Right.
It's not too bad. And then the equipment to play it on, you can get a starter system for $200. That's speakers, powered speakers, with a decent turntable to plug into that. So for $200, you can be home listening to vinyl.
And can they get that here in this store?
They can. With the pandemic, the supply chain from China has been tough. Just recently got in a big batch of equipment. So right now, April 16th, we have plenty of stock. A month from now, I don't know. But one thing, if you get it from me, when it comes in, I will take the turntable out. I'll do all the fine adjustments to it, put it back in the box. So all you have to do when you get it home is plug in a couple of cables and you're up and running. So I take the tough part out of it.
Nice. And what other kind of things do you sell here? I see a lot of stuff on the walls.
There is. It's all kind of audio related. So I've got vintage style concert posters by a couple different artists. I've got the typical rolled poster. I've got cassettes, pretty good variety of vintage CDs, and some vintage gear as well as new equipment. Another thing I offer with the store is there's so much new stuff coming out, and I can't keep up with all that. So I order from my suppliers on Mondays, and if it's in stock, I'll have it in the store on Wednesdays. So any new artists out there that you're looking for, I'll be happy to order, and you just pay for it when it comes in. So I do a lot of special orders for folks. Another thing about the business too, I want you to feel comfortable coming in. I've been in some stores where the owners kind of look down on you, like, I know a lot more than you do.
Pompous record store
guy.
guy.
And I am not that pompous record store guy.
One per customer. Please form a line. There will be no cutting. I'm talking to you, Mr. Cutter.
I have very limited knowledge as far as like who produced a record and stuff like that. I've got customers who can come in and they can tell you who produced this track on this album back in this date. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I am here to facilitate the record buying experience. You know, I like to buy the stuff. I like to get it out. I grade it. I price it fairly. And if you know more about records and who did what, that's fine with me. Okay, so it's a real casual atmosphere. You can bring the kids. We're pet friendly. We've got dog treats. So we want it to be a very comfortable place for you to come in.
I saw a monkey in here one time. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think you were on something.
I hang out in here and bug Tim, and he greets everybody at the door, asks them if they've been in before, what they're looking for, what genres they like. So he's very helpful. It's not just, you don't have to just root around by yourself looking for stuff. He'll help you out if you want that, or you can just root around for stuff, looking at whatever.
Well, that's a good point. Record stores years ago kind of had a dusty, dark atmosphere, a lot of them, and just a lot of unmarked boxes. And people used to love to just go in and root through that, hoping they'd find a treasure. In this town especially, it's so tourist oriented, you won't find any unmarked boxes to root in. So if you want that, you're not going to find it. But you're going to find organized rows, everything set up by genres. So if you come in and ask for a particular record, I can walk you right to it. I can pull it. I'll know exactly if I've got it in stock. So that way, if you want to get to the beach and spend some time, and don't want to spend half a day looking for one particular record, that won't happen here. I can help you out really quickly.
Good. Can you think of a record or artist that's asked for the most?
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Okay.
Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Really?
That is the, I don't know if it's the biggest selling album of all time, but as far as in my store and people I talk to, that's the #1 record. You know, I know Michael Jackson's Thriller was probably the biggest record ever, but Rumors here outsells Michael Jackson probably 10-1.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I think I heard that Eagles' Greatest Hits was, I think, the all-time most sellingest record.
It may be. I don't get it very often. I'm not even sure if it's been reissued, so I don't have it in stock all the time to really tell. Rumors and most of the bands of that era, like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, even as far back as the Beatles, their entire library has been reissued on modern day records, so it's easy to reorder that when it runs out. So Rumors, I used to order that maybe 2 or 3 at a time. I order 10 to 20 pieces at a time now.
Wow.
Because it's selling so fast.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I know you're having fun doing these videos. I hope you're successful with that too. I wish you all the best. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for doing this with me. I appreciate your time very much.
Oh yeah, glad to do it, Mike.
All right, thanks.
You're not recording right now, are you?
I'll get you home before tomorrow.
All right.